Welcome to Meet the Musicians, powered in part by Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com. Welcome back, everybody, to Meet the Musicians. It's a new year, and we are starting off strong with somebody I really enjoy. We've got Droo in the studio. What's going on, man?
Two reallys?
Dude,
wow.
2 reallys. That's how you know it's real.
Yes.
When there's 2 reallys.
Really. I'm doing great. 2020 is off to a great start already. I'm getting to visit with you here at Radio.
Love it. That might not be the best omen for the rest of the year, but
honestly, this just sets up for greatness the whole year. Yeah.
You're too kind.
No. Look at the way you just, even your dress, man. Like, man, I'm jealous of the whole thing.
I'm just trying to be like you. I can't pull off I need to be in better shape to get tattoos like that.
Have you seen my shirt?
Well, I don't know. It's
extra gluten because it's delicious and it's my belly's like sticking out of it.
Oh,
that's the point of the shirt.
Awesome.
Did you get a close up on the squish?
Oh my God! Get out of here! Good God, I love it. Well, man, thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Been a fan of yours for quite a while. We've gotten to work together on several events, and you put on a great show. So for anybody that's not heard of you before, which shouldn't be many, but
hi, Mom.
I'm not going to ask you what your genre is because nobody wants that question. But if you can describe your show for those who haven't heard it, and if you stick around, you're going to get to hear it because you're going to be performing here live in studio. But for anybody new, give us the rundown on who Droo is.
Oh God, that's actually very simple. He's just a empty head that music tends to go through. I don't know.
Gracious.
But no, my band Droo's Peace Crush is really the like heart of everything I do.
Yeah.
They love making music with me. They're the greatest people in the world, and they're super creative. And I like stuff that doesn't sound like anything else.
Okay.
So even though I'm going to tell you some things that we kind of sound like here in a second, I just prefer it's still kind of a unique mix of a lot of different elements. So the Droo's Peace Crush, the show that you would hear or see if you ever came to one of our full band shows, which is actually hard to catch. We only do a handful of those a year because there's 7 of us. And so not only is it just hard to get 7 people together in the same place anymore at all, everybody has lives and things way more than I do. So they have other things going on. So, but it's, I think it's kind of a mix of musically, songwriting wise, like Chicago stylistically.
Okay.
Live band feel, kind of a Dave Matthews-ish thing because of the elements, musical elements being saxophone, fiddle, and some other things in it. And we just jam a lot. My band's really good, so I let them just go and let them like free flow out of their head. And it's great. And people really enjoy that. And then it's all kind of combined with like a basic just pop feel where it's just happy, fun, upbeat songs, and you can hopefully dance too.
No, that's
if
cool.
you like dancing to white music. No, we're not that white. We're not that white.
That's cool. Very cool. Well, there was and they are really talented artists who will jam like nobody's business. There was what was the venue? We were in Deep Ellum, and I walked in, and it was the club upstairs, and I wasn't even planning to see you that night. I was just bar hopping with some friends, and I walked in, and there you were.
Even though you really, really like me.
Oh, yeah. I know. I really do like it. I just didn't know.
No plan to see me, but no, that was a great, unique or little coincidence. But it wasn't Deep Ellum. It was Oak Lawn. It was Sue Ellen's.
That's
Sue Ellen's. I love that place.
Well, we were there, and then you guys said, okay, we got one more, and I felt like this, kind of like hit the audience, but you guys jammed for like a while, and it was awesome, which was super cool, because everybody with me was like, oh, he's only got one more song. We're like, yo, just wait, because it's not going to wrap up in 3 minutes. This is going to go for a while, and it was great.
We want people to dance. We want people to just enjoy the music, so that's why we like to keep the jamming going.
Yeah.
So my musicians on stage get to like have fun and express themselves with their instruments. And then the people in the audience get to have fun, and the music keeps going. They keep dancing.
Yeah.
Is that my dog barking? Stony? Shh.
Well, your dog is here in the booth.
We should get him.
Come on.
We can bring him over here.
There you go.
Jade. That's Jade, my best
real...
friend, duet partner, Jade. And this little Stony. He's my best friend, my absolute best friend. Well, it's not really by his choice.
Well, like, he's your best friend, but you might not be his best friend kind of a thing. Is that,
yeah. He's like, I mean, he feeds me. I suppose he's all right. I make him wear dumb shirts like this. You know,
I love it.
Too tight. He's busting out of it with his muscles, honestly. But yeah, little Stoney's been my buddy since July. His birthday was just on Christmas. So I thought I'd bring him in the studio. He gets all the attention anyways. So
I understand.
Why not? Why not come show him off to some people?
Exactly. Right?
And then it makes him feel more like he maybe wants to be my best friend.
Perfect.
Reeling him in with fame, see?
I like that. That's how it works. Okay, so all right, so what got you into music? When was it that you just said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do?
You know what? I didn't really have a choice. Kind of like Stoney's friendship with mine. It's full circle. I love music. I always have.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just heard a story through Jade from my mom that was telling her that I'd forgotten about, but I did. I was like 2 years old, and my dad had like record player and, you know, like old can headphones, hi-fi stereo equipment, you know,
cool.
Whatever from the 70s. From the 70s, I'm old, basically. And he didn't have much. We were pretty limited on the music we could listen to. We were kind of in a hyper religious home that didn't allow some kinds of music, but he still had some. Like he had like Kenny Loggins. I followed him, Michael McDonald. But I guess some people that I really started to like were classical artists. At like 2 years old, I would just listen to classical music with headphones on. So I guess it always was something that I definitely enjoyed. And I remember I don't like vividly remember. I remember. And then I went to the fridge and got a glass of milk. I just remember feeling that, you know, like as a little kid, and constantly like that when I'd grow up, even as a toddler and going into my youth. I'd love to just sit and put records on with headphones and just listen. But my dad started teaching me piano at 4.
Okay.
And that was my first instrument, and probably mastered that by like 10.
Wow.
No, not mastered it. I'm sorry. Became the best I've ever been by 10. Like hit my personal best. That wasn't what I meant. Mastered as far as I was going to go.
Sure.
I've played clarinet, guitar I started at 10, bass in high school, and then in my 20s I made my living playing bass.
Wow.
Then I got tired of depending on everyone else. And at about 30, because you just do, man. When you're a hired musician, you know, you don't get to call the shots, you don't get to book the things, and you make probably a third less than everybody else. Just true story.
Sense.
Do your own thing, you make yourself more valuable. So, I kind of broke away from playing bass and started doing my own thing that was solo, and then organically over the last decade, because I am 40 years old. Woo. Actually, I feel better than ever at 40. Good. I really don't care. But by then it was, you know, it's just been a part of my life, my whole life. It's really been my only career option because I don't do anything else well. Why is that I mean, why is that? I really don't. Like, it was always my forte. And then you combine that with I've been very lazy my whole life. Up until about 5 years ago, yes. Okay. I know the last 5 years I've been labeled by some the hardest working guy in music business in Dallas. And I kind of agree with that because I actually have worked my, you know, off since forever, like, or the last I can remember, like 5 years. But before that, till I was 35, I was lazy, so lazy. So I kind of chose music as a path just because I didn't want a real job. Even though I've worked harder at music than I ever think I would have at some other kind of job. It doesn't make sense. But
No, I love that. Well, I heard somebody say this the other day. They said that they said from now on they're never going to use the word lazy. They're going to replace it with disinterested. And I felt like that was really profound because when you find something that you're passionate about, you'll work your fingers to the bone. And then, but other things where people are like, they're just lazy. It's like, no, it may not be something that they're passionate about. They may just be disinterested in it. And you find that thing and you just come alive on it. And I feel like that happens with a lot of artists where they'll say, people told me, you'll never make it in music because you got to work hard and you're not somebody that likes to work hard. But it's not that they won't work hard. They'll work like crazy on the things that they're passionate about.
True. And that's the way it should be. And I will say it still took me 15 years. From about 20 to 35, I skated by. I was like, you know what? I can get by barely. Like, I can play bass well enough. I'll just play for people. That was about 30, you know. Then 30 to 35, I was like, oh, I'll make a little bit more money. I'll just get drunk and play stupid bars. And, like, go home with a couple $100. Like, I didn't care beyond that. And, you know, anyways, a lot of things changed between 30 and 35, and then I got very passionate about it.
Cool.
And now, yeah, I do work really hard, like stupid hard.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. Well, we're about to have a live performance in studio from Droo, so don't go anywhere. But we got one last question. We always ask everybody this question. This is our version of Mary Boff Kill. This is write, tour, duet. Okay, if you could choose any three artists, you could write with one, tour with one, duet with one. Who would they be? They can be famous, not famous, living, not living. Anybody out there, go.
Okay. I got my people already.
All right, perfect.
First write with would definitely be Adam Duritz, Counting Crows.
Okay.
So, Adam, if you're listening, I'm available for writing sessions. My schedule a little crammed, so mainly like Tuesdays between like noon. No, I'm kidding.
I like that.
But anyways, yes, Adam Duritz from Counting Crows. I've always loved the poeticism he gives to songs and his ability to let melodies flow. I've seen them live more times than I can count. And live, he changes the melody like perpetually on every song.
Cool.
And it's cool because he's really just kind of flowing and going with what he's feeling in the moment. Yeah, so I like that. I think he'd be a fun person to write with. Then tour would be Prince, just because
that'd be cool.
I wouldn't even want to be a part of the group. I would just want to like sit on the stage and watch the musicianship, because first of all, just never got to see him, but second of all, his band is legendary for being the greatest musicians you'd ever hear, see, and not to mention Prince himself he was one of those that could pick up any instrument in like a 30-piece band and play it better than the musician he was hiring, to play it. Like, that would just be amazing to witness, like to watch that level of just incredible talent,
But I see that Prince vibe in you too. Like, I feel like that influence is there.
That's a high compliment. I'm gonna like retire now because I don't think I can get any further than that. Wow, thank you. That's amazing. I like to push boundaries with music, and my music in particular, and myself as a singer. I always push myself. My band asked me, so like, why do you write these things so high, like in such a high register for you to sing? I'm like, well, I naturally have a high voice, so even though it hasn't been the easiest for me to learn how to use that higher part of my voice, I know I have it. And then when I write something that high, I push myself to learn how to sing that high. Yeah. So that's why I was like, it just pushes myself to learn how to be better by writing something out of my range at the moment, but then it grows your range. And then lastly, duet with, I'm going to go super personal on this, and she's right here in the studio. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Jade Nicole right here, who's a local Denton artist. I don't know if the camera can go over there. We're going to sing a song together later. I've been honored that I had noticed her voice probably 2 years before I knew who she was, just some videos and things around, and some things even that DentonRadio.com had done and had her on. And I was like, that girl's got an exceptional voice, like stands out beyond I think anybody else in this scene, most anybody I've heard in general. And whether the first time I heard it, she had the ability and the control that she does with it now, doesn't matter. I recognized the tone and the talent. And I think she's grown, and she's going to keep growing, and she's going to be huge. And I've been honored that we've had a year of making duets, singing duets. It's grown me as a singer. I've had to step up my game so hard because she's so good. And I don't want to make her sound bad. Like, I'm like, I gotta get better. So cool. That has been a huge honor. And as we keep making duets in the future, I think that's, it'll just be another privilege that I get to be a part of that, because I do think she's going to be huge.
Very cool.
So.
Very, very cool. All right, guys. Well, you heard it right here. Droo from Droo's Peace Crush. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with a live in-studio performance. So, guys, stick around because this is going to be a treat. Thank you all very much for tuning in with us, and thank you, Droo, for being here.
Thanks
really
for having me. Love it.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton. Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.